Have you ever rolled out of bed in the morning, heard your joints pop like a bowl of Rice Krispies, and wondered, did humans always feel this stiff? There's a popular theory floating around the wellness world that our ancient ancestors were these hyper-flexible, flawlessly agile specimens because they ate a pristine, unprocessed diet, and that somehow the modern world has locked our bodies in a cage of rigidity. Well, today we're going to bust a major myth about human evolution, because while ancient humans weren't actually born with super flexibility, your modern diet is actively turning your muscles and joints into stone. Not really stoned, but stiff. In this video, we're going to look at the hidden biology of why you feel so stiff and the 4 everyday foods that are literally gluing your tissues together. Let's dive in. First, let's clear the air. Were humans in the past inherently more flexible because of what they ate? The short answer is no. Anatomically, human evolution actually moved away from flexibility and more towards stability. Millions of years ago, when our ancestors stood up and started walking on 2 legs, a little thing called bipedalism or bipedalism, our skeletons had to change. To support all of our weight against gravity without collapsing, our hips, knees, and spines became more tightly aligned and structurally locked. A chimpanzee is incredibly more flexible compared to you, but they can't walk a marathon on 2 legs. We traded extreme flexibility for stability and endurance. So why do we perceive ancient humans as so much more agile? It wasn't a magical diet, it was their movement profile. Hunter-gatherers didn't sit in ergonomic chairs for 9 hours a day. They squatted to cook, climbed to forage, and walked miles over uneven terrain. Modern rigidity isn't just about what's going on your plate, it's an adaptation to your furniture. But that is only half the story, because while evolution made us stable, the modern industrial diet is making us artificially rigid. So let's look about how. To understand how food makes you stiff, we have to look at a process called glycation. Inside your body, your joints, tendons, ligaments, and skin are held together by a protein called collagen. Think of collagen like rubber bands. They keep your body springy and flexible. When you eat certain foods, excess sugar molecules rush into your bloodstream. If your body can't process them fast enough, these sugars floating around look for something to latch onto, and they love latching onto collagen. When sugar bonds with these proteins, it creates something called AGEs, which stands for Advanced Glycation End Products, appropriately named because they literally age your tissues. This process causes the collagen fibers in your joints to cross-link and harden. They lose their elasticity. It is the biological equivalent of pouring super glue into your tendons. So what are the foods that are fueling this process? Here are the 4 primary dietary drivers of physical stiffness. Number 1, refined sugars and high fructose corn syrup. This is the number 1 fuel source for those AGEs that we talked about. Soda, candy, hidden sugars and sauces, those trigger massive blood sugar spikes, sending the glycation process into overdrive. Number 2, ultra-processed foods and refined carbohydrates. White bread, pastries, crackers, and all those box snacks. Even if they aren't sweet, these refined carbohydrates break down into simple sugars almost instantly upon digestion, causing the exact same stiffening effect on your joints. Number 3, highly refined vegetable and seed oils. Oils like corn, soy, safflower, and sunflower oil are packed into almost every processed food and restaurant meal. These oils are exceptionally high in omega-6 fatty acids, While we need tiny amounts of these, the modern diet gives us an overwhelming imbalance. This forces your body into a state of chronic systemic inflammation. This inflammation causes fluid retention and swelling inside your synovial joints, like your knees, your lower back, making you wake up feeling like you're a rusty robot. Number 4, highly processed red meats, sausages, bacon, factory farm meats, anything cooked at a high temperature, grilling, deep frying. They're all packed with AGEs before they even hit your mouth. They stimulate fat tissue inflammation, directly worsening joint stiffness and accelerating conditions like osteoarthritis. So, quick break. One thing I want to mention, because it's relevant to everything that we're talking about today, is that all of this historical knowledge about food and strength is fascinating, but at some point you need a plan that actually applies to your life and your body at this very moment. That's exactly what we do at LIOI Systems. The LIOI method at LIOI Systems is built around real sustainable programming that works for real people. Not Instagram influencers, not elite athletes who have 6 hours in a day to train. For mobility, flexibility, and strength, all in one program, the LIOI method is where you want to be. If you want correct coaching that actually helps you moving and feeling better and fits your schedule, check out the description below, and I'll leave a link for you for the LIOI method. So, how do we reclaim your mobility? The good news is that your body is incredibly resilient. You don't need a time machine, and you don't need to go on a primitive, extreme caveman diet to fix this. You just need to change the signals that you're sending to your tissues. First, start crowding out the processed foods with anti-inflammatory fats. Switch out the seed oils for extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. Increase your intake of omega-3s by eating wild-caught fish like salmon or taking a high-quality fish oil supplement. Omega-3s act like a natural lubricant for your body, cooling down the inflammation in your joints and making you just feel better. Second, protect your collagen by managing your blood sugar. Swapping refined grains for whole foods like sweet potatoes, quinoa, and plenty of colorful vegetables. The more color, the better it is. That'll help stop those nasty AGEs from gluing your tendons together. And finally, marry this nutrition with movement. Remember, your ancestors moved to survive. If you want to keep your joints fluid, you have to take them through their full range of motion every single day. You have to keep moving. So, if you are tired of feeling stiff when you get out of bed, try making just a few of these dietary tweaks for the next 2 weeks or so. You might be shocked on how much your old age stiffness was actually just your breakfast. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment letting me know which food surprised you the most, and I will see you in the next video. So stay fluid, everybody.